Thank you all for joining us today. We're going to be talking about researching your options at the graduate level, how best to find graduate programs in the US. We're focusing on the graduate student, but I know this presentation definitely would apply to anyone, even at the undergraduate level. If you're joining us today, it's just knowing how to just navigate through that process. There's no one road fits all. There's no one coin buy everything. It works differently for different people. And sometimes there's a little bit of grace. You send the first email to a PI and the PI is excited about you. You might not need to research any further. However, some people go through this researching the options over and over again, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They are still searching, they're still trying to find the right fit, the right PI, the right professor, the right school that would say yes or that would meet their significance, that would actually meet their need. So for me, it's a time to ask a lot of questions. It's time for you to define your priority. What are you looking for? It's time for self-reflection. So why do you want to really go to graduate school? Because I always tell people that honestly, going to America to do graduate school is honestly not the word we all use, the J word that I don't want to use in this presentation. It's not about that. You cannot wake up and say, oh, I want to leave and graduate school is the next thing for me to do. Mm-mm. It doesn't work like that. In America, going to graduate school is a lot of work. Graduate school itself is a lot of work for you. So you need to be prepared mentally and physically to navigate through that through the process. So why grad school? Why the US? What qualifications do you have? It's time for you to start doing self-assessment for yourself. Am I going for a master's? Am I going for a PhD? What are my research interests? Where are the professors? Where are the PIs? Where are they? Who is paying? That's the first question I ask graduate student. Who is paying? Are you looking for funding? If you're looking for funding, then it changes everything entirely. It's a two-pathway road to go study, a pathway road where your parents can afford to pay for you, and the other pathway road where you will be the one actually sourcing for either you're looking for a research assistantship or you're looking for a graduate assistantship. So bottom line is actually research, do the research and find the research and do the program fit. So what would you gain from a graduate study? That's one thing to think about yourself. you know Explore what programs are out there, how do they align with your goals? Very, very important. What kind of research excites you within your field of study? So for example, if you're going to be studying chemistry, what in chemistry really, really excites you? Is it drug discovery? Is it what are the chemistry majors in the house that can help me? Is it chemical, whatever, whatever? Is it carbon capturing? If that's part of chemistry, help my help my ministry. Or you're going to be doing electrical engineering, and what you want to focus on is renewable energy. What is that within your field of study that really excites you? You really need to be able to identify that. So when graduate students come to an advisor and you're telling me, oh, I studied this, I studied that, but I'm going for graduate school and I don't know what I want to study, it just deflates me immediately. I'm like, what, this graduate student is not serious. That's the first time I sit in myself, my mind, like, really? You're going for graduate school and you really don't know what you want to do? Then I don't think you're ready for graduate school. Maybe you need to start just thinking about, okay, yeah, I read economics. So what are the trends out there? What are people talking about? What are the research that people are publishing out there in the field of economics? Maybe you want to start with that. And how can the program you're going to, the master's program or the PhD program you're going to, help you advance your career or personal aspiration? You need to ask those questions. Just as I mentioned earlier, you really don't know what you want to do. It's still okay. Use this period to discover what your interest really is. Like literally go online, check what the professors are writing, what research are out there, what is trending in the field of microbiology, for example, in the field of architectural designs. What are the things that are actually trending in those fields of study? So look at it. Why does research matters? Why do we have to research? Why do you have to research? This whole process is a lot of time. It's time consuming, is money consuming, and it also changes your career trajectory, your career pathway. So put that at the back of your mind. So major investment is what graduate school means. Graduate school is a lot of investment, really a lot of investment. And you need to also know what choices you're making. It's very important. So you don't waste all this 1 year. People get really, really frustrated after the whole 1 year. Apply to 30 schools, apply to 25 schools. I didn't get any offer. I didn't get this. It can be very mentally draining if after you put in all these hours of researching, sending emails to PI, getting a list of school, then at the end of the day, you just not getting what you really want to get, what you want to yield from all this effort, it can be very demoralizing. So it also helps you to align with your goals. So it's very, very important you put that at the back of your mind. So that can help. So other things we can also look at is I don't know. Wait, by the way. Yep. Other thing we can also look at is also like as you're looking at the schools, looking at the faculty, the research is the teaching assessment methods. What are you looking at from one school to another school? The program focus, the professional goals. What is the school saying? You want to look at reputation, or is an Ivy League school? Is research one? Is research two? Whatever that is, the facilities, the fees, the funding opportunities available right there. What are the admission requirements? I know a lot of us look at this. Oh, the school does not require GRE. Oh, that school requires GRE. Oh, they want me to do TOEFL. No, this one wants me to do Duolingo. You need to search that. I see people tell me I applied to a school, and after that I realized they need evaluation. I'm like, are you for real? You didn't know they need evaluation. That's the first thing you should know when you're researching a school. You should know the admission requirement. What is the school asking you for? It's very, very important. Very, very important to put that at the back of your mind. Student life location. Where is the school located? You need to find those out and make sure you put that at the back of your mind as well. Very important to do that. All right. So for this are things that you need to consider for yourself, like asking yourself that question. What's my CGPA? This graduate school that I even want to go for, self, do I even qualify to go for it? Do I meet the minimum requirement? Questions for you, as you're all listening to me. Publications, do you have any? What is your research or work experience? Do you have any? It's a question that you need to answer by yourself. Do you want to take the test? Do you want to take the test, the essay, the GRE or the TOEFL or the Duolingo? Is it applicable? Is it something you need time to work towards? Because, for example, if you're an engineering student now, you not come and tell me that, oh, this school does not need GRE. Like, for real, seriously. So putting that at the back of our mind is actually very important. So asking yourself this kind of questions to help you navigate this process is important. What are the popular places where we can just easily go and start researching our options? I just tell people that hey, there's so many websites where you can go to go find schools. US News, Peter Sains can help you. Go grad school, all about grad school. QS for those of you who are really, really ranking crazy, you can go check that out. And also you can also check the council for graduate school. Actually, that can also help you as well to just start digging out those places where you can find schools. So one very important thing I tell people as you're searching for things, as you're searching, Google is your friend. Always use Google. Google is your friend. Can you just first Google something first before you even start even asking the question? And with AI these days, AI is here for us to stay. I can even help you answer some of the questions. Most of the time, definitely 80%, you get a sense of what you're asking. Graduate school search database, search that, university search, find faculty directly. You can go there, check a school, check all the faculty there in the school, what is in there, you know, check faculty, check when are they having an open house, when are they having a webinar. You can sign up for you to be part of whatever virtual events they're having, so you can be part of it. You can read student testimonials. They're all over, to be very honest, even though I know sometimes some of them can be over exaggerated. I'm one person like, oh my God, is that really true? But yes, those can serve as actually motivation for you as well. YouTube channels are there. There are lots of blogs you can use. And for me, I'm a very big fan of forums like Grad Cafe, for example. I really love Grad Cafe because even for me as an advisor, I learn a lot from Grad Cafe. You can always see people's profile, what schools they applied to, what schools they got into. Very important. And for those of us who are into research, real research, please review recent journals in your field of study. What are people looking at in your field of study? What are people writing in your field of studies? It's very, very important we put that at the back of your mind. Oh, yes, please remember to use the Q&A button for questions if you have questions at the end of this presentation. Very important to do that. All right, so we need to review journals and see what people are writing in our field of study. That's very important. These are places, like literally for me, I tell, please take a screenshot of these websites, like the Grad Cafe, the Yoket Inn, the phstipends.com, how to find a phd.com, for icu.org, Masters Portal, Reddit, LinkedIn, X. These are places, graduate forums in all these places where you can honestly sign up, be part of it, and just learn and also share not always taking from people. You too, you can also share your own experience that can be helpful for people that are just beginning this process. Very important we do that. Please attend graduate fairs. The Education USA, actually, we do have graduate fairs that happen twice annually. I know we're going to have one in November, October. Definitely, please follow us on social media for you to get the exact date and time when that's going to happen. We have what called the Big Ten Grad Expo that's going to happen very soon. You can just simple Google that and know when next that is going to happen. We have the Biomed Fairs, and we have the careercore.com fairs as well that you can be part of. And well, of course, we do have graduate information sessions that you can actually be part of just to get more information about um graduate schools and how to research your option. Honestly, there are over 4,000 schools in the US, at least over 2,000 are graduate schools in the US. Finding that 10, finding that 15, finding that 20 that you should apply to can really, really be a challenge. And for me, I see that's the foundation of the house you're going to build on. Once you miss that foundation, then you're out. Like literally, whatever you build on that foundation is going to collapse if the foundation is not strong. So that's step one of researching your option. We call it step one. Researching your option is deep. I call it very, very deep. Even for advisors, it can actually be very, very deep because if I'm talking to a student is showing me a list of school, I'm just like, are we sure this is the right school? Is there another school we're missing that we should apply to that we're not applying to? All those questions, even for an advisor, it bubbles in your brain as well as you are talking to a student. Digital platforms that are overly emphasized is Google Scholar. Please, you guys use Google Scholar to see what are people saying in your particular field of study. I can help you with that. And for graduate students too, it's different from every graduate student. As we always will say on our platform that the chemistry majors and funding they are 5 and 6. So for chemistry majors, literally options are a lot for them. Funding opportunities are a lot for them, compared to someone who studied architecture or somebody who studied geophysics, for example. Then or civil engineering. Oh yes, those are very amazing courses that they have to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, before you find schools that actually fit what you're looking for, or schools that actually do have research opportunities for you. So yes, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, please, LinkedIn, these are places that we need to go and see what's happening in there. Of course, I always would say Education USA is also another great place. Every Thursday at 3 o'clock, we actually showcase one institution every year, every week. So trust me, I've had graduate students who from our showcases have actually gotten a fully funded offer. Not one, not two, not three, literally, that I've gotten a fully funded offer just being at one of our showcase graduate school, high school higher education institution showcase that we have every Thursday at 3 o'clock. So if you follow us on social media, you always see those announcements on which school that was showcasing at every particular week. So put that at the back of our mind. Of course, we're all on X. So on X, please don't go and do X amable. Let's go to the graduate school platform and see what is trending there, what PI is saying they want XYZ from somebody. All right, so building a realistic school list. My advice, this is my advice. People will have different advice out there. I'll say honestly, you should start with the potential 10 to 15 potential programs. Have them on an Excel sheet for every school. Please have all the whatever every school needs, like admission requirement, what they need, which PI have you contacted on that. Your Excel sheet should be living, breathing document, like every day. It's an everyday document that as to find something, you're adding to it. Oh, by the way, I reach out to a student of university of this. You put the name of the student there. The date you reach out to the student or the professor, and when the person got back to you. So when you have your Excel sheet for graduate school, a third party should just look at them like, oh wow, you've really done a lot of work about this particular institution, about this list of schools that you're applying to. So narrow it down to top schools, safety schools, and no matter what happens, I know this school to a large extent acceptance rate is higher. And of course, for those of us who are looking at big name schools, I tell you, think think, and be sure that you can actually compete at that level. Because honestly, for the big name schools, it's just that you need to be more competitive to be able to get in. So to are very competitive will get in. And I always use this as a very good example. Let me give you a very good example. Like University of Alabama, for example, we give out free application fee waiver every year to almost everybody. Like thousands of students get their application fee waiver. At the end of the day, they don't admit up to 10, 15 students. So who got those offers? The most competitive in the pool of thousands of students gets the offer. So for the rich schools, you really need to be very competitive to have the you need to have the yeah, you need to have the what it is to take to compete at that level to even have them on your list of schools. So for example, somebody who has a very low CGPA, you have a 3.6 out of a 5. Why would you have a, a highly selected school with a less than 10% acceptance rate on your list? You have a resume, no publication. Why am I seeing a highly selective institution on your list of school? So review each school's acceptance rate and honestly do a self-assessment of yourself and make that final decision. So research funding, research research opportunities, to be very honest, and also honestly note application fees and budget accordingly. Because sometimes too, when you build all the school lists, one of the major challenges that we have is, oh, I have to apply to this school, but oh, there's an $80 application fee for that school. Oh, I need to apply to the school and there's $100 application fee to that school. So how do we navigate all that? It's still part of the researching. Are we attending webinars to see if we can ask for waivers? PI is ready to give out waivers. Are you saving towards being able to pay your application fee? I've seen schools who outrightly will tell you, oh, if you cannot pay application fee waiver, then why are we applying? Then that means you cannot even contribute anything to your graduate school life, which is somehow true because sometimes you even get these offers and you get like a gap fund of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. So for someone that cannot pay $80,000, how would the person be able to pay 1,000 or 2,000 or $3,000 annually at the end of the day? And for me, I'm also a big fan of telling people that, you know what, honestly, for me, if I'm a graduate and applying to school, I'll go to a school that never applies, never gives fee waiver to anybody. That is the school I'm going to apply to because I know most people are not going to apply there because they don't give out fee waivers. And I know it's going to reduce the number of people significantly that is applying to that institution. But for schools that give out fee waivers, just know that one of the very strong student they act yeah very strong student will be the one that will get those will get the spots at the end of the day. So some tips: please start early. This is a very good time to start. Keep your research organized. As I mentioned earlier, have an Excel sheet or whatever that works for you. If it's a Word document that works for you, but please don't put them in your memory. Like memory doesn't work. Have it documented on paper. Reach out to professors, graduate coordinators, GCs. Please reach out to those GCs. Sometimes they are the key that will open the door to whatever that thing is. So please reach out to graduate coordinators. And when you're reaching out to graduate coordinators, don't just reach out to them. The first thing you ask them is application for waivers. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You can even schedule a one-on-one with them and ask them questions that have sense. Questions that have sense at the end of the session self, the graduate coordinator will be so impressed and we even talk about you to the PIs. They're the ones they're the ones between you and the PIs. So if you have a great conversation with the graduate coordinator, asking them very a question that has to do with the program, with the curriculum. At the end of the day, like literally, you're leaving an impression with that graduate coordinator. So don't start the conversation with, "Oh, do you have a fee application for waiver? Do you have money? Uh-uh. What kind of research program are they taking on? It's like the grant that Mr. Blah 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 just got. Do you know how long that grant will be? And exactly, I couldn't find on the website what that grant actually really covers. Specific question that you ask the person, like, this person have really done a lot of research about our school. Hmm, this person actually knows our school so very well. And maybe it's even you're even talking to the grad coordinator, and over the weekend, if the school just even had a game, or maybe they won or they lost a game, you can even start that as an icebreaker. Oh, by the way, oh no, I saw that, oh, Oklahoma just lost with Denver over the basketball game that just happened over the weekend. And that could trigger that conversation, like first icebreaker. Oh, you watched the game? Why? It was such a painful loss. Oh, yes, we won. That could be a startup for you. That is a good icebreaker. Not just start and just straight money, fee waiver, this. It can sometimes choose people out. And honestly, as I mentioned earlier, be as organized as possible. So for me, takeaways from this session is research doesn't end. It's like it doesn't end. That research process, there is no end line. I can't tell you honestly today that if you start researching your options today, you're going to end tomorrow. It's not going to end. I can assure you, write it down. Even in December, you're still researching your options. In December, you're still saying, I saw this BI. Oh, I saw this ad. Oh, I saw this thing that came up. Maybe I should take advantage of this. And maybe you even finish applying. You've done your 8 applications or you've done your 10 applications to school. Then last minute, at the beginning of January, something just pops up like, wow, you at a webinar and the professor says you should apply. Last minute, trust me, people still throwing that one last application or that one last thing they still have to do it. So it doesn't end. And remember, researching the option is something that keeps coming back. You go through this process in February, March, you don't get an offer. What do? You start researching your options again. What did I do bad? What can I do better? How do I improve myself? Maybe this PI, is there something I'm not telling them that they're not hearing? Is it my course? Is it my program? All this time is boiling through your mind, all the things that you cannot sleep about. Is researching your options. Is researching your option that gives you all those anxieties, all those questions running through your brain. Oh, you're not getting back to my email. I emailed this professor. It is 100 email I'm sending. Nobody has responded to me. Oh, the professor said I should apply. What does that mean? Researching your options. What does that mean? Is a question for you to answer. I don't know what it means. It means, do you have application fee? Do you want to apply? Or do you want to wait and get a response from a PI that is very specific and is telling you, oh wow, I have funding, or yes, I see our research aligns with each other, and I'm very, very excited to see you, come into the program. Or some PIs will respond to and tell you know what, oh yes, please put me on your SOP when you're applying, and say that you've reached out to me and I'm excited about you applying. Some people will just tell you apply. Just you'll be wondering, what does that mean? It means apply. It means apply. I get that questions a lot from graduate students, and I'm like, I don't know. It means apply, you know. So, but anyway, so please use multiple sources of information, you know, check for me their website. Just yes, you could see something on LinkedIn. Please go and check the school's website. Very, very important. And that's the reason you see a man applying to a women's college. Like, how would a man be applying to a women's college? That means you never went to the school's website, you never checked about them, you never did anything. And if you're not checking the school's website, if you're not seeing what their mascot is, or what their traditional whatever is, or what the school are proud about, how do you even write an SOP that actually meets that school's immediate need? How do you do that? How do you do that? So it's so very important that you actually use multiple sources to get information. It helps you make that final decision of which school you're going to be applying to. It also helps you when you're actually cutting out that SOP for that specific institution, because you've done so much research. You can talk about the school. You can talk about the people, the PIs. You can talk about the place where the school is located. There's so many things you've already known, you've seen virtually that can actually help you put down a sane or a make sense Nigerian terminologies, SOPs that will make sense. So seek guidance with advisors if necessary. And for me, for graduate students, I always tell you for graduate students too, even you seeking advice too, you have to be advised that have sense. Because at the graduate school, I tell people what this question you ask me. When you go to graduate school, you're doing your PhD, your 5-year program, would you be asking everybody this question every day? So ability to be able to take some common sense decision is very key at this stage of life. Very key. Very, very key to be able to sit down and be able to talk about yourself, to be able to brag about yourself. You don't need anybody to help you review that. You don't need anybody to be sitting and help you review email at this stage of your life, graduate school. You're going to graduate school. Because if someone is helping you review email here, please, when you get to school and you're doing graduate work, how many people will be helping you to be reviewing all the work that you're doing in graduate school? You want to do the graduate school by yourself, you will do graduate school by yourself. So ability to be able to research thoroughly, balance, academic, okay, financial, you have money, okay, maybe I can pay the application fee, fits me a little bit, no big deal. I can manage all those things together. Ability to be able to do that, make that firm decision is up to you. You need to be able to get to that level to be able to do that. Please. All right, I think I'm getting to the end of my session. I think so. And of course, grad school, this is me in closing before I take questions. And I know our question is going to go long. It's going to take a lot of time from us today. In closing, grad school is a stepping stone towards students' personal and professional goals, and it's definitely not like a final bus stop for you. Absolutely. So let's put that at the back of our mind. It's not. If I've seen people finish PhD and divert to go and do something totally different from even the page that they've done. So please, and also grad school is not a stone for you to japa. It is not. Absolutely, it is not. If you're thinking it is, because I don't think America is a destination for you, because for grad school in the US, you have to be mentally ready to go through that process. All right, the rest about us, Education USA. Please follow us on social media. It's Education USA Nigeria on X, on Facebook, on Instagram. This Manat will be very happy I'm doing this. Then, of course, we also have our WhatsApp channel. Please, you can follow us on our WhatsApp channel. We do share every information that we're having on our WhatsApp channel. You can find us at Education USA Nigeria, and it's it. I'm just gonna stop sharing, and I'm going to take questions from you all.